I was actually surprised they went that far, as far as like what they were showing.
Yeah.
I was really
It was rated R, baby.
I was shocked by that. I was
Anything
like,
goes.
I was like, oh, they're going there. Okay.
Okay, rated R for Reze. Oh my God, that's a real topic right there.
That's the only reason why I felt a little uncomfortable, because I'm like, well, they're like, well, at least dingy. Like, he's like 16. So like,
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how old she is, and I just feel a little.
So Trey, why don't you tell me about Anime Force?
Okay, so
Like
she bit off his tongue.
She did. That's cute.
That was
That's
nice.
freaky.
Meet me in the. Meet me in the. Meet me in the.
This is Anime and Paint Cocktail Hour. My name is Keisha, and to my right, I have my guests.
Trey.
And Anime and Paint Cocktail Hour creators and in the anime space get together to discuss anime and anime-related topics. So I am really excited to have you here, Trey. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. You know, I just can't wait. Like, this is new for me, so I'm ready.
I love that. Listen, I think I've gotten to know Trey a little bit in the last few months, and I've been really, really just impressed with the quality of, and now I'm talking to you, Trey. I was talking to them, now I'm talking to you, of your, of your content. And I'm like, I just really want to know more about it. Because I feel like whenever I see, especially like black men, black women at this point, creating content in the anime space, there's a lot of like, you know, I don't know how to describe it, like skits or like usages of like sounds and things like that. And you basically do the same thing, but there is such a high like production quality like into it. And I definitely, like, I'm like, wow, he stands out. And it definitely shows, because you do have like a great following, and it just seems like your work is paying off.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I would say that, like, for me, my biggest thing is always trying to, sorry if I'm smiling, it's because I'm nervous. But for me, it's like I always try to do better in the next project. So I've always been big on like trying to make sure that like the content comes off as authentic, but also like high quality, so that it shows people who are watching, like, who want to get into this space, like, you know, you can do it too. Just like, you just have to practice and practice. I've always been big on like trying to make sure that like the content comes off as authentic, but also like high quality, so that it shows people who are watching, like, who want to get into this space, like, you know, you can do it too. Just like, you just have to practice, and practice makes perfect, basically. And I always encourage people, like, you know, who ask me questions. My biggest thing is that, like, don't be afraid to start, because everybody starts from somewhere. So whenever you want to get into this type of space, just do it.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I would say.
My man said he was nervous and decided that he was going to do a whole intro and inspirational, like, you know, he was going to motivate y'all and nervous.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. No, thank you. Like, I know that, again, like, in trying to understand what your content was, the first thing that stood out to me, like, just in your bio, is that you wanted to empower others and encourage others. So it's definitely seen. So before we get into any conversation, this is the segment where we introduce our art pieces. As a reminder, you guys, I do own a business called Commersive, and basically with Commersive, I do events that combine art with anime. So I do a lot of, you know, anime sip and paint events. I do private events. I also do, you know, really big conventions like DreamCon. I'm doing BlurredCon next year. So
Nice.
I think that art is one of those things that connects people. And it's kind of this lost art, like really sitting down and painting with someone.
Right.
Like, I feel like people underestimate how intimate that is. So I really wanted to capture that connection and intimacy with wonderful creators like yourself.
Thank you.
While painting, and whatever nervousness we're feeling right now, because honestly, this is my second episode, and I am also nervous. I took a shot. I told him to take one, but he was like, "Nah, I'm straight. I'm gonna get some water." I said,
got a
"That
shot
water
of
ain't gonna do nothing for you. That water ain't gonna help you none." But it's okay. He's a professional. But anyway, so what am I doing? So today I am gonna be painting Goku, which is honestly like the very first piece I ever got for my business. And I always wanna make sure that I'm shouting out my artist, Rogelio. He is phenomenal. He is a Black artist in Austin. He's also I'm gonna plug his business a little bit. Like he's also starting a maintenance business here in Austin. So if you need art, and if you also need maintenance help in your homes, please make sure to hit him up. I will include his Instagram handle and just his business information. So Trey, why don't you tell us who you'll be painting today?
I got the GOAT, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, the Hokage.
Exactly. Boy, Naruto, let's go.
All right, so that's it for the introduction. So, well, maybe I did have more fun because I'm just sitting here like, who? I sound like Mona from Dumb Mona from Don't Call Me White Girl. Hello? Well, I sound like that lady. Okay, so now we're gonna get into more about you. Okay? So Trey, why don't you tell me about Anime Force?
Okay, so Anime Force is basically like, to keep it really simple, it's like the anime version of the Avengers. So I wanted to create like this whole universe where like anime characters are able to meet one another and basically converse and fight a common threat. So for me, I never believed that Naruto and Luffy, Goku, they all lived in the same universe. That just wasn't realistic to me. So I'm like, okay, well, how can I make this story interesting but also, you know, new? So when I was thinking of the idea, I'm like, well, what can I take inspiration from? Around that time is when Avengers and everything was coming out, and DC and Batman, everything like that. So I was like, okay, well, I love superheroes as well. I love anime. Okay, so what would be like a good storyline or a good like idea that I can do or take inspiration from that would create this type of epic, you know, multiverse type of idea. So then I was watching Avengers, and I was, I think this was around the time, what happened? It was something in particular that happened in Avengers. I think it was maybe Ultron or so, and then I was like, okay, well, I see that they have all the Avengers coming together. That would be cool if we had this with anime characters. So I started taking inspiration from that, and then crazy enough, Endgame ended up coming out, and I'm like, okay, well, that's it. This is exactly like what I'm trying to do, like something like this where you have all these characters that everybody loves, and they're coming together to fight a common threat.
Yeah.
So, in the Anime Force series, we have it where we focus on a particular character. For example, let's say Naruto. So we focus on a particular character, and then we try to write it where the character is coming from a specific point in their timeline. So, for example, in the show Anime Force, we're using Naruto after the Pain arc, so that we're able to kind of scale them a particular type of way for the story.
Yeah.
And then for Deku, we have it where, even though this technically didn't happen yet, but we wrote it so it made sense to the story. This is Deku's senior year of high school at UA instead of, So we have it where, because we wanted it to be balanced, where every character somewhat can be around the same level, so that when they grow, they're all like somewhat around the same, so we can keep it consistent with power.
So this wasn't lazy writing. Like you're literally like you're playing with timelines here in order to make everything fit. First of all, I want to continue to listen. What is the name of that game?
Jump Force.
Okay, you knew exactly what I was talking about. I was like, it's giving Jump Force, but it's of course like it's a different, it's different because you're adding your own creativity to it. But would you say that Jump Force maybe like the name is a play on Jump Force?
So in a sense, yeah. So I would say that's what the play on the name was.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to be something where people who they saw the title, they're like, okay, this seems familiar, but it's also different. And of course, like, it's anime, and I'm like, okay, so then what can I call it? And then Jump Force came out. Sadly, it wasn't a good game, but you know, it still came out. So
my son loved that. Don't do that to Jump Force.
It had its moments. I was a little disappointed.
We love Jump Force in the Smith family.
So it was, honestly, it was just, it was a little disappointing, like, for me. So I was like, okay, well, you know, a lot of people don't like the Jump Force game. It had its moments, but a lot of people don't like it. So
yeah.
What can I do to kind of make it look or seem a little bit better? So when I was doing a behind the scenes one day, and then one of my buddies, Vic, he was like, did you figure out her name? I was like, nah. And he was like, well, what if you call it Jump Force? And I was like, And then my other boy, Thomas, confirmed it, because Thomas is the one who helps me write the series.
Yeah.
So he kind of confirmed it and was like, well, why don't we call it Anime Force? And I was like, see, look at that. So I think it's supposed to be called Anime Force. So
You know what's interesting in your story is that I hear two strings of inspiration and confirmation. So the first is you were initially inspired by the anime-verse, or not the anime, excuse me, by the Marvel-verse. And you were like, you know what, this would be cool. Like all these people in these different verses, like that would be cool if there was something like that in the anime space.
Yeah.
And then, Endgame came out and it was almost like confirmation that this thing that you had kind of thought in your head, there is a place for it.
Right.
And then of course the Jump Force being kind of, being similar. I will say that I relate to that just because, so the very first time that I decided that I was going to have a business was in response to being laid off.
Okay.
I think that I'll probably talk about this every episode. I don't know. It just always comes up when I speak publicly. But I was laid off from my, big corporate, sales job. And and then found out I was pregnant with my baby Jiraiya.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, the same month or so later. Shout out to Jiraiya. Baby Pervy Sage is what they call him.
The baby Pervy Sage. The Sage.
I don't even like speaking that on my baby, but he's a ladies' man. I can't. He loves his mama and he loves other women. Okay, shout out to that. We love that.
Yeah.
But I for the first time, I had really prided myself on being this ambitious, independent woman. I have never done well in relationships, which is my own shit. We ain't got to talk about it now, but I always was like, I don't care. I am meant to, get this on my own. When I own my first home, it'll be on my own. I had this thing. It's me. So then whenever I lost my job and was pregnant and I was kind of rendered helpless, because we all know good and well, people do not like to hire pregnant women.
Yeah. Valid, yeah.
I was I heard this quiet voice for the first time in my life that said, all right, we're done here. And I didn't really know what it meant, but I took it to mean, okay, maybe I'm never gonna get a job again and I'm just gonna have to survive and by starting my own business. And I was like, okay, well, what do I even like? And I was like, anime, what am I good at? I really have no idea. So I decided I would do something anime related. And I was like, you know what, I wanna open an anime bar in Austin. That's always been my thing. That was always the end game for me. But then I was like, okay, well, I don't have anime bar money. So what can I do to kind of get started? And I was like, I do have a brother, my god brother. He's an artist. He's all, when we were kids, he was like, I was always good at writing and stuff. He was like, we should write a book and I'll illustrate it. You write the words and I'll illustrate. And I was like, you know what? 30 years later, how about I start a business and you be the artist? And I remember it being I think this will work. So then I go to DreamCon. I already had tickets before I lost my job. 6-7 months pregnant. And I'm in this Makima cosplay in July. Okay?
And it's hot.
When I tell you, I don't know how Jiraiya survived. That's probably why he's hot now. But I remember being miserable. I couldn't even walk through HEB. But I saw everything that I knew existed when I said I'm gonna start a business and it's gonna be anime and it's gonna be for adults and there's gonna be Disney tied into it somehow. I don't know. I'm gonna do events. People are I just had this vision of us singing anime songs and painting and it's gonna be great. And I was like, well, that doesn't exist. Then I went to DreamCon and it was there.
DreamCon, yeah.
It was everything I had envisioned was there. And people probably wonder why I talk about DreamCon so much. It's because that was my confirmation. That was there is a space for adults loving anime, cosplaying, really feeding. I'm a psychology major, so to me it's feeding your inner child.
Yep.
And living in reckless abandon, not being embarrassed. I will always say thank you to DreamCon for allowing me to see my vision in real life and knowing that there's a whole community of people out there that share it. But
I would say that's definitely It's so amazing to just like hear, because to me it sounds like it kind of sparked a flame in you to like just really go for it.
Yeah.
And that's really truly inspiring, especially when it comes to
Thank you.
like because a lot of people would tell you, or a lot of people would say like, you know, oh, I'm going to do this, but they never follow through and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to like legit, and I quote this from a movie, take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Spider-Man specifically. You take a leap of faith, and then you actually took that leap. It was like, you know, you already made the first step
Yeah.
that a lot of people wouldn't do. So I just think that, like, personally, I just think that it was like more so your calling to do this.
Yeah. Look at how many people I've met. I've met you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so, like, everyone that I've met on this journey, and I'm sure you can agree, have been so aligned in this strange way.
Yep.
That's how you've built your team, I'm sure. That's how, like, you've met people. That's how you've connected with so many people, like over 20,000 people to be exact, you know,
Yeah.
that tune in to watch you perform and dance. Is that you dancing in the videos, bro? Like, are you really dancing?
Okay, so I can dance, okay?
I know.
So the thing is that like, it's like a mixture of just like so many things at one time. This is why like it's the power of editing. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I can't perform a move to the extent of the character that I'm portraying or trying to be, then I'll think of it like a sandwich. So like you have the main piece, which is the actual footage, and then like you will have to, then what I would do is I would like rotoscope, and then you have to overlap that footage, and then you have to kind of mimic the movements, and the movements that don't work, then you have to kind of tweak it in a sense so that it matches what's going on. So in this instance, I would say like a good example would be like Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So because that's something recent. So Michael Jackson, a lot of people try to emulate or impersonate Michael Jackson and his movements, but like everybody's built different. So like a lot of things that he does, like a lot of people can't do.
Yeah.
So for me, is that like I've had practice since I was a kid. So like, you know, I've had like
Okay.
I can do like for the most part a lot of stuff that he can do, but like there are certain things that I know that my body can't do that he can do.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would tweak a little things. Well, if you have the editor eye, you kind of know like what I tweaked, but like for
Yeah.
like the common eye, like a lot of people can't tell like
Yeah.
what it is that I tweaked or changed or made it seem more like realistic. And like for the most part, like a lot of people are like seeing like the finished product, but like they don't see like what goes into it.
Of course.
But like to get back on, you know, the question, I would say like it's kind of like a mixture of like so many pieces at one time. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, it's like a lot of different things.
So that means that you finna get right here and you know bust a move for us right now, right? You finna hit a moonwalk.
I think that if I had a couple more drinks,
Yeah.
you know,
That's what I said in the beginning.
You know,
You was like,
yeah.
"Nah, I'm straight. Let me get some water."
but you know, it's kind of. But see, here's the thing: like a lot of look, she's trying to have me drink at 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's anime and paint cocktail hour. First of all, they don't know what time it is.
11 o'clock in the morning.
It's cocktail hour.
I am at the big bro age. I am not at that level where like the alcohol can just like, it just doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? It does what's supposed to do. It doesn't do that for me.
It
Like,
would have him dancing.
It had me slug.
It had my brother dancing.
It had me out of here.
It would have my good brother dancing, but that's okay. You know, next time.
Yeah, I got
Maybe at 5 o'clock.
I know. Let's see if she would have said this like in the evening. I'd be like, you know, why not? You know.
Yeah. Go ahead and yeah. Okay. No, it's all good. Don't. Thank you so much. Like, thanks for sharing that. I think that, especially for aspiring content creators, I think that they think that a certain level of perfection is necessary in order to make content. But I think that one thing that I've learned is that it takes time and patience with yourself. I'm sure you didn't start off being able to edit so well, right? You probably had a talent for dancing. You
I
probably
can
had a
show
talent
you-
for creativity in some way.
I can show you some old videos of actually. If you go further enough down on my page, you can see like where I started, like with my journey as far as with doing content, and you would be like, oof.
Lord.
So it definitely was a lot of trial and error for sure.
Okay. So what would you say to an aspiring content creator right now? What would be the best advice you'd give them?
Just do it.
Come on, Nike.
What I would do is so in all seriousness, I would say like you just have to honestly just not really worry about what people say. Honestly, that's where it starts. It starts off with you just having the motivation to do the work, but also like having like the confidence to be like, you know what, I don't care what anybody's gonna say. I'm going to just be myself. Because my biggest things or the words that I live by is, you are only given one life, so why not make the best of it? So,
Okay.
For me, it's like I want to make sure that like when I look back on life, I look back and I say I did everything that I wanted to do, no matter what people said.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are going to judge you for how you are, how you think, what you do, but honestly, like they are only judging you because they don't have the confidence themselves to do it.
Absolutely. Fear-based thinking.
Exactly. So for me, it's like I started off living my life for other people by doing things that they wanted me to do, and I quickly found out that I wasn't happy doing that. So I started to venture out, and in the beginning it was hard because like again my support system was at first was my family. There are people like in my family now that are extremely supportive of everything like that. I'm not saying like all of my family is like that. No, like a lot of people in my like that came through for me that are my family members, even like some friends. Like they have been supportive of this journey, this entire journey since the beginning, even when the videos are bad. But like the ones who I thought who would be around, like they weren't around.
Ain't that how it always goes?
Always goes, right?
Okay.
So
I'm gonna look at the people. That if you see me looking, you know who y'all are.
Exactly.
You know, I've been posting a lot.
Yeah.
Of passive aggressive posts about people that are closest to you not supporting content. I had to interrupt my man's real quick to continue to shout y'all out. You don't got to be a hater forever though. You can always change your ways.
Oh, exactly.
You can always change your
Everybody
ways.
got just a little bit of redemption somewhere in there. You know what I mean?
I'm just playing. Okay, go. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, just like honestly, it's just like I just look at it like this: is that like people are going to either support you or not, and you just have to just go through your life and make the best of what you have and what you do. So for me, again, like I know that like there are certain people in my support system who have always been there for me, and I always would appreciate them. And then there are people who I thought were going to support me and they didn't. So I said that to say basically is that like you just have to just keep going. The people who are going to be around, who have your back, they're going to be there for you no matter what.
Absolutely.
And then use that to inspire other people, because some people are just afraid to take that step. They just need a little push to, ignite their flame. So,
absolutely.
That's my take on it.
Absolutely. Hey, there was a lot of inspiration there. Thank you so much for all that wisdom.
Of course.
Now I want to hear a little bit about your opinion on some of these popular kind of anime topics right now in the streets.
Oh my God. In the streets.
In the streets of anime, okay?
In the streets.
Now, I will start by saying that I have spoken a little bit about how I felt about the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. First of all, I thought it was a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I loved it.
It took me a while to process, but I understood from the beginning that it was an amazing movie.
Yep.
I think one of my favorite parts of it, of course, was Akaza's backstory. I think it was, a lot of people kind of took, okay, Petunia, I'm gonna talk to Petunia when she get on screen. Petunia, don't nod your head, baby, don't shake your head. I am very surprised at you. I am very shocked at you. Okay, I'm gonna talk to my girl Toon. But Akaza's backstory, I had been waiting to kind of hear like who he is. I'm one of those people, y'all, like I love to read, but I refrain from reading manga because I truly want to see it play out, in motion.
Yep.
I want to see all the things, but I really enjoyed that. But there's also been this thing that I've noticed. So now that the Chainsaw Man Reze arc movie has come out, there's been a lot of outcry from niggerdom. And I'm talking about male niggerdom.
Nigga, that's crazy.
And I've been a little confused. So I have heard things like this is the best anime movie like they've ever seen.
Trash.
This is okay. I'm glad I had one of my disciples is here because I didn't understand what y'all was talking about.
The movie is trash.
But you know what I'm saying. But I was like, I think for a good chunk of the movie, I was literally like looking at the screen like, is this boring?
It was boring.
Is this boring? And also, is this reality?
It's trash.
You know what I'm saying? Is this real? I think what mostly stood out to me was I did not walk away thinking that this was just the best anime movie that ever happened, but it felt like it was primarily men that felt that way. And then as I, continued to listen, like, TikTok videos and stuff, it just seemed like there was this overwhelming, almost like reception to the Reze and Denji relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of get your take on, first of all, how you felt as far as comparing the Infinity Castle. We don't got to compare, but how did you feel? Which movie did you like more? And, how do you feel about, I guess, men and their obsession with the Reze-Denji relationship?
So here's the thing, right? For me, I would say that okay, so I can't speak for everybody when it comes to that, right? Mm-hmm. But I know that for, when I was watching the Chainsaw Man movie in particular, the reason why I didn't like it is because I didn't like, for one, how slow it kind of was, as far as like I feel like it was like taking a little long to get to like where it was supposed to get to. And a lot of people would probably classify that as build up, which I'm not mad at that. But I don't know, it just felt like it was just really like kind of drawn out a little bit. And then I just didn't like how Denji was just like so and they had this problem all like a lot of protagonists, like he just was too like simple-minded, like he just didn't see certain signs, and it was just like it just made like as a guy it just made me feel like I don't know.
I cannot believe you about to make me take the niggas side. Because I do not. Go ahead, finish your statement.
Because that's what it made me feel like. It just made me feel like it was just like he was just like he didn't see certain signs, and it just got me a little upset. And then he just kept on, and then even like how it ended, like I was just like, come on now, like she didn't try to kill you multiple times, like stop it. So that's what kind of like gave me a little heated. And then so.
My problem was never with Denji.
Nah.
My problem was with y'all. Because first of all, if somebody like terrorizes the military police for the most part, kills people within the military police, tries to kill one of your, secret agents, if you will, like classified agents, she has to like die in the end. Y'all mad at Maki. Now I have not read the manga, but of course y'all couldn't wait to spoil Makima. But I won't. Y'all was mad at Makima for having to kill that lady. Hello? She like killed a bunch of government officials. She killed a bunch of innocent people. Why was she not dying? And why would y'all be mad at that lady? Now, where you gonna make me agree with the niggas? Denji didn't have like vital organs like last season. Y'all don't remember that? Like he was living in a wasteland. He didn't know nothing about dating. His whole life was survival. He didn't build the skills to discern. He was just living life and trying to survive without like, I don't know, a kidney or something. I don't remember all the things that he gave away.
Yeah, he was giving away his testicle.
Yeah. Come on, his testicle.
No, he did. No, seriously.
No, I remember. It was that man was living rough, and you expect that man to have discernible dating skills. Most of us don't, still, to this day. Like, why would Denji? His best friend was a stuffed animal at my child's house. He doesn't know anything about how to tell red flags. And he very desperately wanted to be loved. You made me agree. I was coming here to bash them with you. Dang, ain't that something?
Now I will say, like, see, and here's the thing though, like, so because I might have to retract my statement for a little bit, for a certain part. So I was a little at a point, but it was just like a little quick little, little thought. But I was a little saddened that she didn't make it at the end. You know what I mean? Like I did kind of expect her to kind of survive, maybe like even be a part of the squad as a future devil.
Yeah.
But like I was a little like, all right, like, well, dang, they killed the Rock. Well, okay, well, I'm not saying it was a waste, but it was just like, dang, like,
roll them credits.
Yeah, roll the credit for real. Yeah, I just felt like it was just like, dang, like it was kind of like a little like, okay, well, we got to nowhere. We got to, you made this big hype about her, then like she just gets killed off, and it just was like a write-off like character. Like I just didn't like that person.
The build-up was beautiful, and it was the best part of the movie to me. But I'm a romantic. Whenever I wasn't quite sure what was going on, like the pool scene was absolutely fantastic.
I was actually surprised they went that far, as far as like what they were showing.
Yeah,
I was really.
It was rated R, baby.
I was shocked by that. I was
Anything
like,
goes.
I was like, oh, they're going there. Okay.
Okay, rated R for Reze and her titties.
Oh my god.
Reze's titties.
I think I felt a little uncomfortable because of like
the age.
The age they were.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a real topic right there.
That's the only reason why I felt a little uncomfortable, because I'm like, well, they're like, well, at least Dingy, like he's like 16. So like for me, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how old she is, and I just feel a little uncomfortable. But I mean, in a sense, like I don't know. I just wasn't like, I just felt like something was off with it the whole time, and I'm like, I just feel like he's not picking up the signs. I feel so bad for him, and it's like, it's kind of like you have a homeboy or homegirl, and you like see the signs, and they're just like just blind about love, and you're like, bro, like I heard her talking to somebody on the phone last night to somebody else. Like it's just like
why was you there? How you know?
No, but it's just it's just an example. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's a real example.
No.
Question to ask though. How did nigga know that you was talking to?
Well, like when you're like
press your homeboys too.
No, but it's like it's kind of like like if you're like at your homegirl's house or something, and she's like yeah. So, but it's like one of those type of moments where it's like you're seeing all these flags, and it's like dang, like you. And he just don't see none of them. It's like, oh my gosh. It's just like, you're just so let down.
Trey, are you an Aquarius?
Nah.
It's given strict. Oh man, it's not given. He's an Aries. It's not given that at all.
Nah.
Aries would have been all about Reze.
Nah. It was just something off with her. I wasn't liking it. I was like, nah, something with her. And then she confirmed it with the serial killer.
Trying to kill him, and all that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah,
no, but you know what's interesting is that there were notes of real. That's why it was as compelling as it was. But my only gripe is, why don't y'all understand that she can't live as humans, like as grown people watching like the movie? Why don't y'all understand she can't live? Denji gets to be sad because he's not experienced love. Makima's manipulating him. What's the Nahimino threw up in his mouth?
That was crazy.
Power stuffed her bra. That wasn't her real titties.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to touch them. He just got to touch the fakeness.
Well, he did, remember, after they came out.
Oh yeah.
And then he actually touched the real, yeah.
You know, he's been lied to by women his whole life.
Yeah.
He don't know no better. And this girl, there were notes of real in that.
Well, that was after she said, though.
After what?
Because, like, remember, she was like, I was really, like, I'm kind of, like, summarizing, but she was like, I really was intending to, like, kill you. But then, like, after a while, I started to like you over time. But her intention, though, was to kill him, though. Take his heart and everything.
Yeah, like
she bit off his tongue.
She did. That's cute.
That was nice.
That's kinky. Especially if you could like regenerate another one.
No, he was
bite off my tongue if I could regenerate. Not you. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Or anyone. I'm just kidding. This is the tequila.
This guy. This guy got his tongue bit off, and then it took him so long to recover. It was like, yeah, nah.
Why don't nobody want Benji's heart? See, y'all saw the dub version. I saw the sub version. Like I think the sub version was delivered a little more powerfully.
Okay.
But the thing with Chainsaw Man is that it really like plays with comedy and drama.
It does.
It's like something really hard-hitting will happen, and then something really funny will happen. And it's almost as though like the middle is a little hard to get to. But nah, I don't know. Like I just didn't like how y'all was acting as though and I didn't like how y'all were so squaze about Akaza's backstory because he killed Rengoku. Everybody got damn down.
Okay, listen.
I'm sorry.
Well, see, this is me though. So I've always been like team F Akaza.
They not gonna like that.
I'm always team F Akaza because like, look, like this is what like irritates me. Like, people could be like, oh, we don't forgive Akaza, but we forgive whatever his human side was. And I was like, it's the same person. No, it's not. They're two different people. They're the same person. They're two different people. So that for me, that's my thing. It's like, bro, kill people as a human and as a demon. I don't forgive that.
You don't forgive it.
I don't forgive them at all.
You stood behind those men that poisoned that girl and her daddy.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's what he's saying.
No. Let me clarify a little bit. So as we saw in the movie, he had gained the power to fight, right? So, well, he already knew how to fight, but like he basically like learned like martial arts, how to fight, how to basically take care of people. So my thing is that like I think it was 50 people in total or whatever he killed as a human, but he could have tortured those people or tortured one person to find out who was the one that poisoned like his wife and his father-in-law, right? Mm-hmm. But instead, he just went on a rampage and just killed people. I personally feel like, if he has the power to legit, like I said, torture one person to gather information and then report that information to the authorities or something, then he could have he just could have handled it so much differently. That's just how I look at it. I just feel like he didn't have to go around being a mass murderer, killing all those people. Some of them people were innocent, killing all those people. When he could have easily just like I said, tortured a person, went to the authorities. He could have became a demon slayer. Like there's so many other options he could have done that other than just kill everybody. And I don't know. It just don't sit right in my soul.
You're a good man.
I'm just saying, like
you're a good man.
I could never.
Okay. Okay. Listen. No reluctant heroes here. No villains turned heroes. He ain't gonna forgive them.
Nah.
No, they don't get to come back. Okay. Well, I really enjoyed debating that. 4, 3, 2. So I know that we're having fun, but I don't think that it would be responsible or just a full representation of what I stand for here if we didn't speak about a more somber topic.
Yep.
And that is the recent death of creator and cosplayer. They go by Ash and by Squid Kid on Instagram.
Yeah.
This really hard, first of all, like just condolences to their family, to their loved ones, and just peace to their soul, honestly. I think that this, once again, brings racism to the forefront as it seems that the cause of death or what inspired their death was just a lot of bullying online, I'm sure among other things, but that was highlighted as one of the main reasons due to the color of their skin. And I think that as creators in the Black community specifically, it is something that is prevalent. I will say, fortunately, I haven't experienced this yet, and I definitely don't look forward to it, and I hope I never do. But I know that for you, you've been doing this a while. Have you experienced racism?
Honestly, all the time. So I get it a lot. Like I would tell you, every video I post for the most part, I would get some type of racism or negativity, especially if it's something to do with like anime. And honestly, in the beginning, it used to bother me. Well, okay, so when I first started, it used to bother me. But then for me, like after a while, like I kind of just like got over it, like in a sense, because it's like, I know that people are going to say something, whether it be negative or positive. and you can't control like what other people say.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, you know, it's kind of like expected. Like, you know, people are going to say their opinion, and regardless if you don't like it or if you do or don't like it, then you just have to move forward. That's like the best way I can explain it. I know my best suggestion would be is to, I personally delete it and block the person. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's what I personally do. I delete, block them. Sometimes, and this is a little toxic, but I will type out what I want to say back, and then I'll be like, yeah, I told you, and then I delete it, and then I delete the comment.
That's not
of the
toxic.
person.
That is actually quite healed.
But that's just me. That's what I would do. But for the most part, I would say people are going to say a lot of stuff. People are going to say a lot of negative things towards you. They're going to call you out of your name. They're going to be racist towards you. I would say that the best thing for you to do is to always surround yourself with people who are positive, people who believe in your vision and believe in you. And that's in a sense, you having that battery refreshed, you know. I try to surround myself with people who are either like-minded or who I deem close to me. And whenever I encounter that, I try to flip it in a sense of allowing myself to not really be bothered by it and just ignore it. And well, not necessarily ignore it, but more so just allowing them to help me get past it.
Yeah.
Because they know my self-worth and I know my self-worth as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm so sorry again that you experienced that. And it's really horrible. No one should be experiencing that. It just doesn't make any sense at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, everything, I agree with everything that Trey said. You have to surround yourself with people that you love and really find those grounding techniques and seek help. Medication is not a taboo. If you need that, and I'm not saying that that's what they needed, but for so many people that experience depression and things that are more chemical, there is nothing wrong with seeking the help that you need. Listen, and I want to end that topic on a positive note. Despite the heartbreak, that our community is facing right now with this, there is so much that is so good right now. And I think that we can take solace in that as we continue to mourn Ash, that this community is growing and there is so many things that are now in place that give people like Ash, like you, like me, a place to go, a place to call home. Places like DreamCon, BlurredCon, even small communities that are developing in different cities. Right now we're in Houston, and we Petunia and I and some friends, we went to the Sexy Nerds event last night. And it's just things like that popping up that really, allow for people of color to identify with these safe spaces together and to celebrate and to just share in that identity of anime and, creativity and freedom. So while, we do again wish that you fly high, Ash, thank you for your contributions to that community. And I hope that you are at peace wherever you are. All right, so this is a new segment that I'm experimenting with, which is tell me in 30 seconds. So Trey, I want you to tell me in 30 seconds, why the hell are you so obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters? And go.
The music, fantastic. Every song in there is a banger. Stop it. I have the entire album, listen to it on repeat every single day, all day. The characters are good. They're lovable. Team Genu. I love all the Soulja Boys. They're all awesome. And I love Huntrix too. You know what I mean? I feel like they really did the justice on writing the female characters. There's a lot of movies and TV shows, they do a horrible job at writing a lot of female characters, but I think that they really did a great job with that. I like the animation, fantastic.
All right, 30 seconds is up. I think that was a safe place to stop. But but no, okay, but thank you so much, Trey, for being here.
Of course.
I really appreciate your time and I appreciate you making art with me.
Of course.
Do you have any you have any last words? Or you know what? Not last words. Where can people find you?
So I try to keep my handles like all the same to an extent. They can find me on Instagram at Treytre26. And the reason why I put, a lot of people ask me why I put the 26 at the end of Treytre. It's because my birthday is the 26th day of March. So March 26th. That's why it's 26. And then Treytre came from a childhood name. So Treytre26 on Instagram, and then it's Treytre26 on YouTube. And then on TikTok it's Treytre26 _ positive vibes, because I'm all about, you know, trying to spread positivity, and especially in the community, anime community. What else is it? I think that's pretty much all I really use.
What can we be looking out for?
So Anime Force episode 10, that's coming out pretty
Nice.
soon. I already finished that. Invincible, my my own recreation of that. I have a recreation of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, so that's on the way as well. My Naruto versus Pain recreation, that's on the way. Let me think. There's a lot of stuff.
Wow,
that I'm
that man
doing.
is busy.
It's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. More small little skits of like me dancing and stuff. I am doing a Pokemon recreation too,
Oh my goodness.
of when Ash confronts Mewtwo. There's that.
Oh, okay. So you don't got time to sleep.
I want to say there's a couple more, but that's all I can think of like right now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys, I want y'all to give, just from home, just give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here, Trey.
Oh, well, thank you.
And you guys, I'm gonna say this at the end of every episode. Make sure y'all tell Megan Thee Stallion about me. Y'all be easy.